Good evening and welcome back to Let's Play The Witcher 3 Murder Mystery in Novigrad. Now this was pretty great. Well, I mean, not great. Okay, so we were helping Dandelion get things ready. We were just about to open when we got the terrible news that Priscilla was attacked. So that part is not great because, I mean, it's really a brutal attack. She's not dead, but she was attacked. She's got some damage going on, and in particular, her vocal cords have been damaged. So, I mean, this could be the end of her career. That's really crappy. But this has taken us into this really interesting whole murder mystery quest, because we gotta track down who did this, right? So there was a previous victim, and initially, I've been thinking about this a lot. Initially, when we learned the previous victim, it was a dwarven carpenter. And so when I first heard that Priscilla was attacked, my thought was, well, Irina, because she had said, oh, you're not making another theater and giving me competition, are you? So I think I still feel like she has the best motive. But I said, oh, dwarven carpenter, well, that's not related. But I wasn't taking into consideration, we did just have the Rosemary Time, now the Chameleon, all revamped by a dwarven team of builders, right? So I want to know if that carpenter was part of that building team. He was killed maybe a week ago, so perhaps she tried taking him out and hoping that that would stop the upgrades to the Rosemary, and then when that wasn't successful, she went after Priscilla herself. I don't know, I think Irina is still in the running as someone behind this. I mean, people can surprise you. I look at her and I don't feel like she's doing the murder herself. I mean, she doesn't look like she'd be that strong. I'm assuming she's probably hiring someone to do it for her. And maybe it's... I mean, there's ritualistic aspects of it, and I feel like game is trying to maybe show us that, oh, this could be a whole holy eternal fire thing. And that's what... We've got the guy who's helping us out. And I'm going to butcher his name. Joaquin? Something like that. Anyhow. He's a really interesting character. I like him. He seems possibly shady and maybe suspicious, like he could be guiding us around, but he's the one actually doing it. But I don't know. I don't think that's the case. That's not what my gut's telling me, and it could be totally wrong. But actually, part of what I really like is I like to just make these guesses about how the situation's going to play out, and then see if I was right or wrong. This is why I would be terrible, like, in real life. Like, I love watching, like, cold case files and stuff, and when people go back and they review all the evidence, and they finally figure out and put all the pieces together, they've got it all, they find the person who did it. But in real life, there's often a lot... What I like, I'm feeling like the game's probably going to let us know who... We're going to continue through this, and we're going to figure out who's behind it, who did it. So we're going to get the satisfaction of, I'll get to know if my guesses along the way were right or wrong. In real life, you often don't get that kind of clarity. And so, I don't know, I think in real life, if I were like a forensic investigator or something, it's got to be kind of an exciting job, but I think in many ways I would find it to be just a disappointing job. Because you're going to find lots of crucial information, but I think you're frequently not going to get the whole story and really get to the bottom of what happened and who did it. Whereas in this quest, I'm feeling confident we will. So, in games like, in situations like this, or like, this is really nerdy, but, back in like the 90s, there used to be a bunch of puzzles made that you wouldn't know the picture of the puzzle when you bought it, and it would have this little companion booklet it came with like a whole murder mystery scenario, and then you put the puzzle together and you look at the picture it makes to figure out the clues between that and the story and solve the mystery. I really liked to try to do that kind of thing. I wasn't always right, but I think that's a lot of fun. So this quest is really pulling up a lot of that feeling for me, that we're going to try to piece it together, we're going to try to figure it out. It's a lot of fun, and I'm excited that we are going to figure out whether I'm right or wrong, because I'm sure it will give us that answer. But, so, back to, I think Irina has the best motivation. I don't think that it's actually eternal fire. Our buddy said, was talking about there's fire as a recurring element in both attacks, but there was also an amphibian egg that was found in the dwarven body, and I don't think that doesn't seem to me like something that ties into eternal fire. So I think the whole eternal fire, and like there was the eternal fire guy there at the morgue, I think that's a red herring. So I am discounting that at this point. I don't think that's it. I'm thinking Irina, I'm assuming she hired someone, and maybe that person maybe they're like an assassin for hire, and then the burning ritualistic aspect of the attacks is just part of their MO. Or it could possibly be, like, I wonder if it is Irina doing it herself, maybe it's some kind of ritual. I mean, this is the world of The Witcher. Magic is a thing here, so perhaps there's some kind of ritual that, like, calls onto some sort of god or something that could help her, or, like, an evil force, kind of like the crones, something that to maybe, I don't know if she's looking to aid the popularity of her troop, or to strike down her enemies in some way or something. You know, like she could be trying to gain something in particular out of it, like a sacrifice or something out of these people that the dwarf she killed and then attempting to kill Priscilla. So anyhow, that's where I'm at with all of this. She's back to being my prime suspect. So we need to find the alley where Priscilla was attacked, place where the woodcarver died, and Eustace the corpse collector. So we are... Yeah, we're really close to Eustace. I want to go to Eustace, I want to go to the place where the dwarf died, and then we're going to go to where Priscilla was attacked. So, yeah, if we just go a little bit east, should get me where I want to go. I think this one right here is going to be, yeah.
Bloody bandits can't go out in the streets no more.
Oh my goodness.
The father didn't used to kill women.
Fall afoul of the king of beggars. You get no mercy no matter who.
Oh my goodness. We got 6 bodies here. What happened? Oh, and there's Eustace.
What happened here?
Monsters must have run me down. The swarms of the sick now.
Let's stay over. That sort of talk, you know. Leave knife wounds.
Ah.
Bandits dropped them. Bladers.
I think this guy's more likely right than our monster lady. He made a good point. Alright, all the gawkers are dispersing. We will talk to you, Eustace, but first, we're gonna... Dang it, we're gonna hit all the wrong buttons. Okay. So, let's look at these bodies. Knife wounds, you say, which is a good point. I mean, monsters swarming the cities, they're all over the sewers, but we haven't really seen monsters topside. We have seen a lot of bandits. Oh, I missed a body. There's a guy over here, too. So, is this all connected to... I mean, I'm assuming it's connected to my case, but... It's in the... I don't know, they're not... They don't have the same type of burning and everything the other bodies do. Alright. Eustace, let's talk. Tell me about this.
Eustace, the corpse collector.
Aye? How'd you know?
Because your name was floating by your head.
Fourth sense, I think it is. You bring Fabian Meyer's body to the morgue.
Fabian. Oh, yeah, I remember. No ice, no art. One of them, right?
What do you mean one of them? There's more?
Purse neither, as I recall.
Tell me about that one of them. Yeah, there's been others?
One of them? So there have been other bodies like that?
Sure have. Beggars, street urchins, and street walkers. One went so portly, I had to cut her into pieces to fit her in me wheelbarrow. Slippery sow, they called her.
Oh, gracious.
Some things are best left unsaid.
Yeah, a little bit of respect for the dead. Come
What do
on.
you mean? Reverend Nathaniel ordered them burned. Every last one. Oh, shame that was.
Was it a shame?
Shame? Why? Actually, never mind. Another thing that's best left unsaid.
The little tightening of the eyes there, I like that. What do you mean? I know you're insulting me, buddy. No, you are kind of a strange one, aren't you, Eustace? Ah, man, and that quickly the game's like, no, it wasn't Arena, knock it off. I mean, unless it is some kind of ritualistic thing, and so she was just picking off people on the streets, and then we gave her a reason to target us, but... I don't know, I perhaps was very unfairly targeted. She just seemed to have the most motive, but then she really is very fond of Dudu, right? And she knows that Dudu's fond of Priscilla, so... Nah, I think... Well, I've got to adjust. I was wrong. Right then. So it really was just chance. I kind of liked the idea if it was Arena, because then it ties it back into it. I like it not being a random thing that Priscilla was targeted. But even if it is a random thing, you know, it's still a pretty awesome story. I just like when things tie neatly together. It still might. Let's see where this goes.
You search Fabian's body?
Well, I cast an eye in his pockets. Made sure nothing went away.
Yeah.
I call a spade a spade. You rob corpses.
You do.
And I call a prick a prick. It's none of your fucking concern. What, you tax collector? Piss off, mutant.
I'm ready to be all self-righteously angry at him. You're robbing corpses. You should give the goods to the bodies, or to the surviving family members or whatever. But, I mean, I loot, like, every corpse I kill, so, Geralt, we're not really in a position to say anything to him about that. I would advise you not to pick... No, tell me what was in his pockets.
Talk. What did you find on him?
As you wish.
Thank you. All I really care about is what he had.
Riflings, baubles.
Not too worried that you took it.
Speeded ring, handful of coins, and a letter.
Ooh, that letter I want, though.
Book, vellum, quality parchment, that. I'll wipe off the writing and sell it as new.
You will not? You're gonna hand that to me.
That's human skin.
Oh!
Priscilla. Next victim's name. If you'd given this to the right person, she might not have been hurt.
What the fuck do I care what happens to some Priscilla?
Oh, you...
We saw wenches in
Hit him.
Oi, fucking hell. What was that for?
Oh, there's no help for you if you can't figure out what that was for. What a scumbag. What a scumbag. You know what else we have plenty of in this town? Jerk guys. So how about somebody just takes you, knocks you right off, Seem fair to you?
Sold off. Don't know nothing else.
Ugh. Not that I really want him killed. I'm just saying it's the principle of his argument. It could just as easily be applied to him. What a jerk. Alright. Okay. Did we actually take this letter, though? Or was it only relevant that it was human skin? That's not in my quest items, so... I think it was just relevant that it was on here. Wait, unless that's it. What's this? Oh no, that's just my script. For Dandelion. Tremble, flaxen-haired wench. Okay.
A mind's like war. Never know when you're done for.
Well, but no, you know, I saw this and I assumed that this was part of... I think that now looking at this isn't part of the killings we're after. The bodies are... He said there's other that are the same... Oh, did we punch him so hard he's throwing up everywhere? Good. So this is just... Well, what caused this, really? If it was bandits... I want to address this situation, too. Bring some justice to this town. But no, we got things to do. We gotta avenge Priscilla first. Alright, so, map. Next we want to go mostly south and just a little bit west.
Looking to make some coin too, eh?
Yeah? Oh, you're looking to make some coin? I thought he was asking me if I was looking to make some coin. And yes, I always am. Well, as long as it's not anything horrible they want me to do. Do you think we can cut through here? Anything going on here, folks? No? Okay. Hey there, Whistling Wendy. You seem like someone I want to talk to. You got a name and all. So, what's up? No, don't you walk away. Get back here.
Grab him!
Gotta get around him.
Oh. Yeah, grab him nothing, jerks. Igni. Well. Whoa, watch out. We'll just punch him down. There we go.
You got me too, huh? Up your ass, deviant! Hoes can fight back!
Why are you attacking me? What is your problem?
What are you doing here?
Getting vengeance. Well, why are you staring? Have you not heard killers always return to the scene of their crime? Me and my brothers are waiting here to give him a warm welcome. For Priscilla.
Oh,
Almost did her in the whole sun.
that's sweet that they care about her.
Here to look for clues and find anyone who might know something.
Fear I can't help you much. But I can tell you what I know.
Alright, what do you know? I mean, by asking this, then I am tipping off, possibly, I mean, it seems like it might be better to ask her questions to see if I can draw out from her if she knows that there were more victims. But I don't know. I'm not sure that she's a suspicious person. I think she might... Okay, we're gonna give her the benefit of the doubt.
Priscilla wasn't the sole victim. You aware of that?
Oh, dearie. Of course I was. This didn't start yesterday. Others have died like this before. Beggars, street girls, orphans. But who'd have a drama concern about them? Human rubbish. It's what the guards call
Yeah,
us.
your guards are something
We're calling
special.
names.
They didn't have proper ones. Baldy, curly, buns. That's what folk called them. No friends, no families. Their bodies were burned long ago.
Alright, so you're a pal of Priscilla's.
You and Priscilla friends?
Friends? Nah. But she saw more than a stupid whore in me. Treated me with respect. It mattered.
It does matter.
I was
That kind of
looking
thing is
to give up
important.
whoring, pick up a decent trade. But none would take me. Not as a washerwoman, nor a servant, nor a cook. Felt like a leper, I did. But Priscilla, she was different. Agreed to put me in her play, you see. Lots of the other actors, they were afraid on account of her jesting about the eternal fire. Whistling Wendy on stage, can you imagine it? Well, dream's gone now. I'm back to working street corners.
Oh, don't give up hope yet.
Sorry to hear that.
You could do worse as work goes. Or so I tell myself.
I mean, okay, Priscilla's injured, but Dandelion does still have the cabaret. Priscilla's could... I mean, she wrote the play that did so well over at Madame Marina's, so she can still author plays, and she, especially if she's injured herself, she, you know, if there's permanent vocal damage, she's going to need people to act in her plays, so... Don't let your hope die, Wendy. That's all we can get out of her, eh? I don't know, I kind of like her. She's an interesting character.
Take care now. I gotta look around some more. Appreciate it if you didn't disturb me.
Naturally, we'll stand aside, behave. But do tell us if you find anything else here.
I don't know, that's interesting, because now I can kind of see an argument for the eternal fire. They want to clear the monsters out of the street, all the undesirables, so if they're picking off all of your street girls and your orphans and the scum that nobody's going to miss, and then Priscilla starts poking fun at them so they target her, I mean, it does make sense. It does make sense. Alright, so... Ugh. Although really, scents are the ones that I least like.
Priscilla's.
Wait, this is the dang it, I went to the wrong place. I wanted to go to his house. Yeah, I went to the alley where she was attacked. So we could follow this, but I think this is the last thing I want to do. We're going to come back here.
What do you want?
What do I want? I want to go look at this guy's house. That's what I want. Just look.
So, how you go with this here?
Alright.
I was faffing about, minding my own business. I got a tattoo.
How am I going to get in here? Up, no. His house isn't just like... It's probably really easy and I'm just going every wrong way to get to it. That's the problem. Try and jump off the side here.
On your way? Or will you stay longer?
No, I'm going.
Nowadays,
Although, since I'm here...
it's enough to send you to the stake.
Irina, did you hear what happened? Okay, I would like to actually talk to... Can I talk to her? Stop that. No? Not at all? I really want to know what she has to say about all this.
Just look at the freak. Oi, Witcher!
Huh?
Coroner wants to see you. Been another victim.
What?
Told me to say the main door will be open for you. You're to come as soon as you can.
Well, I can't come right now, so hang on. But that is definitely interesting. Okay. So, we're going to finish up what we're doing, and then we will go to the coroner's. But I definitely do want to know. Another victim already. Okay, so yeah, I think we can pretty safely say not arena at all. I liked it as a nice tidy theory, but
Anyone
nope,
home?
nope.
Begun, or I'll sick me hounds on you. Molly, Striga, come!
Mahler and Striga.
Relax. I'm here about Fabian Meyer, looking for his killer.
Those are good names for
It's
dogs.
altogether different. Sit, you stupid mutts, lie down. Come on in. Slowly now, lest they bite me.
They might bite me anyhow. They sound kind of fierce. Alright, so.
Charming as beasts go.
You daft? Even I'm scared of them. A better backing dog than an evil man at your door.
I don't know.
Got someone particular in mind?
Dogs,
Sure as shite.
they can
Bugger,
do some
he'd keep
damage.
Fabian in. As soon as they'd hauled his corpse off, I run to a mate who raises fighting dogs. But these two mutts cost me a chunk of change. And I sleep sound at least.
Those 2 months don't terrify you? I don't know. When I was very young, one of my aunt's dogs, it was in a car, it was resting, and I kept trying to pull its paws and get it out, and then eventually it like jumped down at me because it had enough, and so I ran off all terrified, so it chased me a bunch. And it wasn't really going to hurt me. It kept trying to chase me because I would run, and it knew that, but I've just always been a bit nervous around kind of fierce dogs since. So, yeah, I get his point. Fierce dogs to keep you safe, but ugh.
So who might you be?
The Stiff's brother. Gus is the name. We ran a workshop together. Meyer and Meyer.
And these are really
What'll it
big,
be now? Just
beasty,
Meyer.
fierce little dogs.
I'll be closing it down now. As soon as I find a buyer for this shack, I'll head on to Mahakam. Be near my family, or what's left of it. So, what do you want to know? What can I tell you about Fabian?
Well, mostly I want to know about his murder. Yeah, did he have any enemies?
Your brother have any enemies? Anyone dislike him? Threaten him, maybe?
He wasn't an orphan or a street folk.
It was Fabian who threatened this one last.
Yeah?
Oh, you were a good dwarf. Craftsman like no other. But you were an incorrigible whoremonger as well. Whenever we put a bit of coin aside, I'd say, let's buy some tools, quality timber. No, he grabbed the purse and head out whoring. Took to following one in particular. He'd say, "'Tis all your fault, dirty bitch, human dish rag." And other obscenities. Don't rightly know what that was about. Maybe he was in love with her.
It doesn't sound like
No
love.
can find her. This dish rag.
City cemetery. She died a few days back, quietly in her sleep. Her pont said a fever took her.
This all sounds suspicious. She died quietly. Did she have some kind of, like, disease and she passed it on to him and that's what's all her fault?
Tell me what you know about the murder. In order. In detail.
It was like this. Had some work in Oxenford, and I was coming home. Saw a plume of smoke rising over the city. Thought to myself, blast it, gonna miss him burn another half.
Oh,
But the smoke
you
wasn't
want to
coming
watch
from
them burn?
behind
That
square.
sucks.
It was coming from here. See the soot stains? That's where they burned our sculptures. Folk gathered round the blaze and found Fabian here beside it. They'd already loaded him on the cart by the time I arrived.
Talk to your neighbors. They see anything suspicious beforehand? Hear anything?
Claimed not to. But even if they had, they'd not have helped. They know they could have folk give bleeding orphans in the street of White Birth so as not to stain their poor lanes. They care about some dwarf.
About as much as you care about some hag getting burned. Alright, I think we're done.
Fine. We've talked enough. Need to look around.
Be my guest. Just beware of the dogs.
Alright. Well, what do we have right here in front of us?
Bloodstains.
That's where Fabian lay when they found him.
So, who was burning your sculptures and why?
Statues of the old gods. Nothing but women. Shapely ones.
I mean, again, this does support the whole eternal fire. If they're making statues of old gods. Hey, dog. Alright, so what are all these scratches here, these gouges?
Something had dragged something across the floor. Statues. Or dragged it from one wall to the other, repeatedly.
Oh, that was a little weird with some overlapping chatter there. Okay, this wasn't just like dragging his body out here, it was something else going on? Can I get inside here?
Mind if I go inside the workshop?
not even peeked inside since they found Fabian. But I'll open it for you if you want.
Yes, please. Although I'm actually not done looking outside, so don't go right in, Geralt. We're going to save the big, obvious, glowy thing for last. Okay, and it looks like that is the last thing out here. So, who do they make all these statues for? Who's buying them? Excuse me, Gus. Alright. This looks suspicious.
More blood stains, but not near enough to say he bled to death. Unless somebody got rid of the blood. Left a few stains behind.
Alright.
Furniture got knocked over. This looks like it was kicked. Eyes. Humanoid. Completely rotten.
So they gouged out his eyes but didn't keep them? Alright, I'm thinking maybe this thing moves.
Formaldehyde. Doubt Fabian used it. Nothing here.
What do you mean nothing here? That's it? I want to... He talked about something dragged repeatedly. Alright. What about all of these, this gouged out into the board here, Geralt? You've got nothing to say about that? It's on that board. This one over here.
Aye.
Had a look at your sculptures.
And? Lifelike, aren't they?
They're nice sculptures.
The women especially. Never seen a bust that size on Melitele.
Oh, aye. Fabian's handiwork. I told him, brother, it's like that will crush her back. Put them down. He said, nay, they'd sell better this way. Told me to shut me down. And sell they did. Till one sermon at the temple. And the celebrating reverend said that whoso buys idols from the non-human Mayas sins twofold, as a heretic and as a lecher. That was the end of that.
Well, it's definitely looking very, very, very Eternal Fire, isn't it? This is what I get for saying I thought it was a red herring. I don't know. It could still be, but game's doing a pretty good job of making them look like the likely ones. That's really delightful, the fight between the two brothers there.
Anything else here?
We have the voice of reason. The back pain she'd have. Think about it. And then the voice of the brother. The voice so often in marketing. No, bigger's gonna sell better. Alright, Concerned Citizen's Sermon. Remember, good people, that fire can be both a blessing and a curse. Fire can warm with its flames, fire can prepare our nourishment, fire can drive off the horrors of the dark. Yet fire can also scorch, burn, and incinerate. That is why we must live in harmony with the eternal fire and its commandments. Whoever fails to heed its lessons, whoever lives in ignorance of it, whoever mocks it, the same shall lose his life in its flames. Take my counsel to heart, good people, or you will reap the consequences of your deeds. Well, Concerned Citizen. Yeah, it's... But how does the amphibian egg figure in? That's what we need to know. Don't you growl at me. Alright, Mr. Gusmeyer.
Aye.
Already know what happened. Fabian was in the workshop. Murderer attacked him there. They struggled. Fabian was overpowered. Then tortured. For a time.
I needn't know the details. Truth be told, I haven't the stomach.
I mean, this is his brother. Come on,
over,
Geralt.
The murderer dragged Fabian to the courtyard. Then made a pyre of sculptures. Set them aflame.
Okay.
Why? Why do all that?
To teach a lesson. To him, you, the whole city.
Yep.
Fine. We've talked enough. Won't learn anything else here. Take care.
I hope you get back safe to Mahakam. Even if you are the sort of person who wants to... I mean, watching the hags burn, he obviously finds it to be delightful entertainment. I can't help but feel a little bit like, well, if you're going to sit and watch other people get burnt, then you can't be surprised when that same kind of horror comes knocking at your doorstep, you know? You didn't stand against it before, so I don't feel too much sympathy in that regard, but...
The plague.
I do feel for the rest of the townfolk who have to live in fear of all this, so obviously we want to help them out. Okay, let's go to the right spot. So, yeah, south, bit east. We'll finish up checking on that alleyway. Follow this scent trail coming up. Nope, 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 I just went the wrong way. I'm heading out of the city, didn't see that. Here we go. So then.
Watch it, tramp. Novigrad's not your stomping ground.
A brazier. This time of year?
That's because they want to make a fire, Geralt. Burn some... Ooh, what's this? Uh-huh. Concerned citizen again. Remember, good people, the light cast by the fire dispels every darkness, reveals each lie, exposes every unworthy and debauched soul. Not even shape-shifting Dopplers can hide from its light, not even witches and sorceresses, so adept at fooling the common folk, not the loose women who walk the street and fog men's minds with their charms. Abandon then the treacherous and immoral magic arcane. Cover your bodies in modesty, and provoke no unclean thoughts, and the eternal fire will expose for you all monsters and sinners, or else burn you too in its flames. Yeah, the eternal fire sucks. Alright, let's follow this scent trail.
I know that smell. Formaldehyde.
It is a trail, right? Oh, how did I miss this before?
Man's footprint. The murderer's, maybe. Weight on his heel. Took a step back.
Oh, look at these.
Murderer fled before the guards arrived. Ran this way.
Posted his note.
Trail ends here. Strange. Even I couldn't jump this wall.
It is strange. There's got to be something else going on. Is our murderer some kind of, like, crazy, self-loathing non-human? Alright, what about this scent, though? It's just there to be the commonality of the formaldehyde, isn't it?
Formaldehyde.
It's not going to actually lead me anywhere. Bummer. Alright. Well, I didn't learn a whole lot, Wendy.
A brazier. This time of year?
So, what is it?
Well...
Think I know what happened here. Priscilla fought back, her assailant retreated, and knocked over the brazier. Someone must have heard it. Maybe saw something, started hollering. Guards showed up. Murderer didn't finish the job, didn't cover his tracks. Just collected himself and leapt over the wall. Trail ends there.
But how did he leap over this?
A pile of rubbish and a few prints in the mud.
Do that practically every day in my profession. And practice makes perfect.
True enough. Just like I can tell right off if a punt'll pay or try to wriggle out of it.
That particular skill I can use myself.
Alright, well... I appreciate whistling, Wendy,
now.
that you care about Priscilla.
And I got a murderer to catch.
And if he does come back here, I hope you guys wallop him good, but I have a feeling he's not gonna.
Watch it, tramp. Novigrad's
All right.
not your stomping ground.
Well, I don't know that we're going to see anything on the other side of this wall. In fact, I think it's very unlikely, but... Although there's so many people here, if he leapt over this wall, they should have seen him hop down, you know?
Any magic ones?
But...
Radovid's not a whit better than Emir.
Yeah, like one of the guys in our audience here just said, Radovid's not a whit better than Emir, might even be worse. I think that is the case, that he is worse, unfortunately, so... If it's a choice between the two of them... Yeah, I know. There's not a whole lot I can do about it, buddy. Believe you me, I would like to.
I was faffing about minding my own business when suddenly up he pops and heals me.
Oh, what is this? Interesting. Remember, dear people, that a fire once lit cannot be stopped, that it consumes everything in its path and only ceases to rage once all has been turned to ash. Not true. If people fight it, they can put it out with some water, so how about that, concerned citizen? Men cannot flee this element, and if they bow before it, if they let it into their hearts, they too turn to ash. Search then your consciences, and live in accordance with the Church's dictates, before the time for penance has passed. Are you lurking around here somewhere?
got to piss like a racehorse.
We'll go find a bathroom. Good grief. Okay, this is not the way to go. I need to go up these stairs over here.
Oh!
Excuse me.
Although he is, girls can't seem to look away.
What were all of those horrible noises over here?
Mark my words, I'll kick him out. Yet another night with that whore.
Wow. Hello again.
Welcome, Master Witcher.
Thank you. Do, 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 do. Alright. What you got for me?
Geralt, right?
Yep.
I'm glad you're here.
Thanks for calling me.
Held off on the autopsy till you arrived.
I appreciate
Nice
that.
of you, especially given you didn't seem pleased about my previous visit. Because you came unannounced and in unfortunate company. I also had Reverend Nathaniel to contend with. Our spiritual caretaker has left the city on some important matter, and I know who you are, what drives you. I'm more than happy to aid your investigation.
Well, thank you. Alright. Kind of nice to find someone so understanding. Alright, so this is not related at all to the case at hand, but I want to know. What's going on between... Well, no, it is. You and Nathaniel. I want you and Van Gratz. There we go. What's wrong with... I know, it's old history, but tell me about it.
Rats don't exactly get along. Why is that? I had him sent to prison.
Oh, well.
You see, Joachim led the student protests
Joachim,
in 1242. A senseless and brutal revolt. People were dying, Witcher. Those who rejected liberty, equality, and fraternity would be found in the gutter come morning. Their throats slit from ear to ear with surgical precision.
Oh.
Joachim had been my favorite student, but alas, I had to do something. So I reported him. Then I left the university and found work in the morgue, where none care about my past. Whereas Joachim, oh, fate's ironies. Years later, he was appointed head of the very ward I had founded.
Does look a little bit young to be his teacher. And I think he did choose the lesser evil. But... And part of me kind of wants to say that, like, he deserves a bit of comfort, but more important is he does seem young.
How old's Von Gratz? 50? 60? 53, I believe. Why do you ask?
Because you don't look 53.
You look a little young to have been his teacher. Not surprising. For years, I've lived in the cold and dark, breathing the vapors of embalming fluids. In short, working with corpses extends one's life.
It does not.
Amusing, is it not?
Is he our guy? Is he making things point towards the eternal fire and writing these concerned citizen letters that are over the top eternal fire to make it seem like it's them, maybe trying to make it seem like it's Nathaniel even, but it's actually him, and he's doing some... See, I was thinking before, the thing with the fire, like, when I was thinking that it was Irina, I thought to myself, if only it weren't an amphibian egg. If it were just an egg and we're thinking like, typically if we're dealing with fire, then I would think like a phoenix, right? And rising anew from the ashes like she wants. I was thinking of when we did the play and I could have picked her or Priscilla. And I thought, well, Priscilla's a better choice because she's younger and fits the character better. And so Irina might have been feeling some kind of like, some of that panic. I'm an aging actress. It's going to get harder and harder for me to get the lead roles because they're generally for the young women. So I thought like a phoenix works out really well as like a rejuvenating sort of fire creature. But it's an amphibian egg. But if we're looking at like rejuvenation again, obviously Phoenix is out because it's an amphibian egg, but still, this guy looks a lot younger than he should. So if it's some kind of like fire ritual that renews him or keeps him young in some ways, he's a clever fella. I could see him definitely going out of his way to make it look like it's just an eternal fire crazy, but it could actually be him. He just moved into chief suspect slot. Alright. So tell me about Nathaniel.
Not fond of Nathaniel? Very few people are. He's cruel and capricious. He stormed in here once, grabbed a scalpel I was sterilizing over a burner, sliced my back with it to the bone. because I had forgotten to lock the stove.
That seems really over the top.
Hard to be fond of someone like that, wouldn't you agree?
Yes. I absolutely do agree. That's pretty crazy.
Who's the victim this time? Joris Aquinas, a lecturer in theology at Oxenfurt Academy. Found this morning at his home on a catafalque made of his books. Any titles in particular? It seems all the tomes dealt with the eternal fire. Treatises critical of the faith's doctrines. Yeah, mortal sin in Novigrad.
I mean, again, all signs pointing to eternal fire, but that could just be to distract us. I think it might be this fellow right in front of us. Okay, let's get going on this, though.
Let's start. Gladly. The wounds conform to the killer's modus operandi. The victim was bound and forced to drink formaldehyde. Next, the killer removed the eyes, placed burning coals in the sockets, then opened the rib cage and... What's this? A parchment. Made of human skin.
What's the name?
A message from the murderer. The name of his next victim. Patricia Vegelbud. Do you know her?
Yes.
Yes. Even went to her estate once with... Gotta find her, now.
But has he put this here purposely to get us out of town? Patricia Vegelbud, she lives off, in her estate, so... Again, this doesn't make him not necessarily...
What are you waiting for, Geralt? The murderer could already be at the Vegelbud residence.
And he called me here on purpose. He called me here on purpose to be part of this autopsy that he already started without me. Because well, no, he didn't start it. The chest was cut open by the murderer, but still. He called me here on purpose to see this thing so that we could find this parchment, together at the same time. And, Patricia's in trouble. You better go there, Geralt. Out of town. Yeah, that's very suspicious. I don't want to go because I think he's going to do something horrible while I'm out. We're going to go anyhow, but I think it's him. So, where is our nearest? I think this one to the north will be easier to get to. Let's get there.
Kisses your ass today, will bite it tomorrow.
Huh? Oh, you know what? I have not quick saved this whole time.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a witcher by the throat. If he sees you, let him go. Run away and don't be slow.
Do you know Mr. Menger? If you don't, you soon will.
Oh. I know, Windows. Stop that. We have important updates to do. We're set to do them in like 20 minutes. Yeah, I know. We're not there now, so...
Bad idea.
Oh, I forgot these guys are up here! Run away! I'm not strong enough to take them on yet. Oops. Let's just sheath that and, no, put it away. Nothing going on here. Don't worry, good citizens. I do still want to go back and fight these guys. I'm excited that they're still there. Oh, good grief. We've started a panic in the town. Alright, I gotta look at my map again. I totally overshot this one here that I could go to instead. Alright, let's see if we can get there without...
Next thing I know, I'm bankrupt, with no means to earn me livelihood. Better like that.
Alright, here we go, here we go. So... Yeah, like way out here outside of town. This is just to get me out of Novigrad. Is he gonna go for... Is he gonna come after Patricia again? Or, is he gonna come after Priscilla again? I really hope he doesn't. I'm afraid for her that she's not well enough protected. Put that away.
My auntie says I talk too much.
I think actually, I don't know, I'm just getting the feeling like maybe a lot of things are going to happen here. Because like I said, I feel like this is a distraction, me being out here at all. I don't think he's actually going to try to attack her. I think he's going to target someone else in the city. So I'm going to go ahead and wind the episode down here. Please like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this. Come back and next time, we're going to go in here, we're going to talk to Patricia, we're going to see. I could be totally wrong. Maybe this is where it's going to all go down and we'll finally see the face of our concerned citizen. But I'm thinking not. I think not. We'll see how it all plays out. I'm excited to see where this is going. This is a really fun quest.